doing some arm exercises linking the movement of our arms to the breath. So using a little bit of vinyasa to warm up the whole shoulder girdle, the whole shoulder area, as well as trying to work to lift the chest and rib cage just away from the belly to give ourselves a little bit more space to breathe. This is really helpful during pregnancy. To begin, make sure that you're seated in a comfortable seat. So you can have either one heel in front of the other in front of the pubic bone, or you can cross the ankles and rest the shins and calves on top of the feet. So make sure that you're comfortable in this Sukhasana, in this comfortable, easy seat, in this comfortable cross-legged seat. Also, really helpful perhaps would be to sit on a small blanket, folded blanket or pillow to help to make the spine nice and long, so to help to lengthen from tailbone, from the sacrum all the way to the top of the spine. So find your seat, make sure that you're comfortable here as we'll be sitting here for a few minutes. And then you can bring the hands alongside the hips. So feel the fingertips on the floor, length through the arms, lifting the shoulders back, the heads of the shoulders draw back towards one another to lift through the spine. Then we'll begin to link a little bit of movement with the breath. So on your next inhale, turn the palms up towards the ceiling and reach the arms up and overhead. Biceps alongside the ears. Keep dropping the shoulders down. As you exhale, turn the palms down towards the floor and bring the hands down onto the floor alongside you. Moving on the breath, inhaling, arms reach up. And exhale, lowering the hands all the way down towards the floor. A couple more times like this with the breath, inhaling up. Feel the rib cage lift up away from the hips, giving you space through the abdominal cavity. And exhale and lower the hands down, keeping all of this length through the torso. Inhaling up, reaching through the fingertips, finding that length. And then again, floating the hands down, keeping the length through the spine. One more time, reach the arms up, and then we'll interlace the hands up and overhead. So interlace the fingers, turn the palms up towards the ceiling and press the palms up towards the sky. Keep reaching through the index finger. Keep the biceps alongside the ears, dropping the shoulders, back of the neck is long. Making sure to keep the spine really long. So a tendency here during pregnancy, I'll show you from a side view, is to take a lot of this opening, the lifting of the arms up over the head into the lower back. So we may have a tendency to push the chest out and push the belly forward. So this creates a lot of lordotic curve here in the spine and also some unnatural curvature in the upper spine. So trying to keep the low back long. And if you need to have the arms a little bit more forward, then you can have the arms more forward of the ears, a little bit out in front of the shoulders. Release the hands and bring them back onto the floor. The next variation, another shoulder opener from here, will be to bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers behind the back. Now press the palms together and then extend the knuckles away from the spine. The heads of the shoulders draw back towards one another. This is great for opening through the front of the chest. It's a nice stretch. It's great for postpartum work as well. So after the baby is born, to help to open through the chest after all of the feeding kind of hunched over. This helps to open the front of the body. Release the hands when you're ready. Bring them onto the floor. And then one more from the seated position, a side stretch. So lift the left arm up, turn the palm towards the right. Bicep is alongside the ear. Keep the arms straight as you can. Make sure the right hand is on the floor helping to support you, and then come into a side lean. So use the right hand onto the floor to help support the torso as you extend through the left hand. Keep the chest moving forward, so keep the gaze coming up. You can look into your elbow crease to keep the the chest moving forward. And also be mindful of this shoulder. So this shoulder has a tendency to come up into the ear. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep pressing the hand into the floor to help support you. Keep breathing. So you should feel stretch all the way from the hip out through the fingertips. Come all the way back up. Take the left hand down onto the floor to support the torso. Right arm lifts up, lengthen through the right side of the body, and then leaning out and over towards the left side. Gaze again into the elbow crease. Right fingertips lengthen away from the right hip, finding a nice long, deep line of energy there. Nice stretch. Chest moving forward. Breath is smooth and even. Then come all the way back up. Float the right hand down into the